page 20 in the purple workbook. And you need to go back to chapter 10 on your board. I'm going to do it with pages 129 through pages 134. Once you get to page 20 and you're on page 129 at the beginning of chapter 10, just give me a quick thumbs up so I know to move forward. Thank you. I got about 80% of my class ready to go. Thank you so much for doing. All right, so check it out. There are two things that we're going to learn today, and I need you to pay very close attention. One, you're going to be able to come out describing the purpose of Michael Pollan in a particular excerpt. So we're not looking at the entire chapter. We're going to look at one piece of the work to figure out what his overall purpose is. And then the second thing is we're going to learn how to not only identify conflicting information, but also explain how the author in this particular chapter responds to it. Now, before we get started, I want to just kind of quickly go through with you the agenda. So we've already completed our 30 minutes. We did not do the independent reading journals, but we went through and we completed our chapter lesson 5 questions. I'm going to give you a brief mini lesson on author's purpose first. We'll work and then we'll break, and I'll do a mini lesson on analyzing conflicting viewpoints, and then we'll break and go into our work. The guided practice, you will complete for independent practice, you will complete the conflicting viewpoints and evidence, which is on page 22 by yourself, and I'll talk with you briefly about your homework, wrap up everything, and we'll exit out. Any questions before we get started? All right, so everybody should be on page 129, and I want you to just kind of think about what Mr. Pollan's purpose is in this particular section. Now, everybody remembers author's purpose, right? I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on author's purpose, but I did want to review with you what those 3 big rocks are. First is to entertain, second is to persuade, the third is to inform. Now, we know about entertaining, and we also know that we're not dealing with a novel. We know that with Mr. Pollan's work, he's persuading us and he's informing us of something. Now, when I was walking around, I noticed that when you get to the conflicting viewpoint side, typically you have issues because you haven't quite nailed down what his purpose is. As 8th graders who are entering into high school, you cannot simply say, oh, he's persuading me and he's informing me, and that's it. They want to know exactly what is Mr. Pollan informing you of, and exactly what is he persuading you to do. Is everybody with me on that? So let's talk collectively about just in general. When you think about chapters 1 through 10, what is Mr. Pollan essentially persuading you, and what is he informing you? So I'm going to start us off. Now, the number 1 is going to be for informing, and if you want to jot this in your journals, you are more than welcome to do so, because you're going to have to come back to these ideas. So I'll give you like 30 seconds to grab your journal real quick, go to a page. You want to put purpose, author's purpose. We know that he is informing us, we know that he is persuading us, but we need to make sure we know exactly what it is he's informing us of and what exactly he's trying to persuade us of. Seconds. 9, 8. Author's purpose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, when we talk about Mr. Pollan in chapters 1 through 10, first of all, what is he informing us of, or what is he teaching us in this book? Just give me some information. Jaquay, start me off.
He's teaching us about like organic food and like the different things that are used on farms.
Okay, so let's say he's He's informing us, he's teaching us about how our food is made. What else? Purpose. Samaya Parker.
You're basically unmasking everything that's in our food, that we didn't know.
Okay, so he's unmasking the elements in our food. What else is he doing? Mr. Dennis.
He's informing us how they grow our foods and that
So what are they using to grow our foods? Be specific.
they use GMO corn to
Okay,
grow
so
our
he's
cows.
informing us about GMO corn. Be specific. What is this? He's giving you chapter after chapter of different things. So I'm gonna put GMO, but we're not gonna just leave it as GMO. I need other people other than Samaya Parker. Eric.
Chemicals and fertilizers.
Okay, come on. Chemicals and fertilizers. He's talking about chemicals, fertilizers. What else? Hybrid seeds, pesticides. We know what feedlots are. The multi-uses of what? The multi-uses of corn. Victoria. And the agribusinesses. How could we forget the agribusinesses? So as you can see, when you talk about purpose, we know that this dude is not trying to necessarily entertain us, but he is definitely informing us of some things and persuading us. Now, what people get confused is that they can't make this shift into persuasion, right? We've identified all of these things that he's essentially trying to inform us of, but what exactly is Michael Pollan trying to persuade us of in this book? Think about it for a second. Take about 10 seconds. Yes, he's informing us of all of these things, but exactly what is he trying to persuade us? Mr. Host. Is he necessarily saying change your diet? Miss Bailey. Ooh, okay, the first one is that he's saying, whoa, first of all, pay attention. Pay attention to what? I'm going to say pay attention to what's in our foods. So although, yes, we're learning all about all of these great things he's informing us of, he's also trying to persuade us to do something. By giving us all of this information, he's trying to push this point that you should pay attention to what they are putting in our what? In our foods. Take a look at page, what was that, 20, 21? Okay, so look at the author's purpose graphic organizer. Now part one, let's fill some of this stuff out together. So the food chain, what part of the food chain is this? Industrial organic. The page numbers are self-explanatory. We said pages 129 through what? Through 134. And then we just talked in detail about the purpose for this writing or this section. We said it is to inform as well as to do what?
Persuade.
To persuade. You need to make sure you're filling in that box. And be specific, like how we were on the board. He's informing us, yes, of what? He's trying to persuade us, yes, of what? Take 2 minutes. job. 1 minute and 31 seconds. You'll see why in a second. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Now, if some of us are already finished with 51 second stuff, go ahead and move to the next part where you have to find evidence. So here, you're just providing evidence that supports these two purposes. Let me give you an additional 2 minutes to do that. Everybody else, you still have 30 seconds. If you finished up the purpose part, go ahead and move to the last part where you're looking for 3 pieces of evidence to support what we said. We said that he is informing and persuading us. That means we can look in the text.